Well, gather round, y'all, let me tell you a tale about a man named Ron who's blazing the trail. They say Scott Hammer's the boss on the show, but Ron's the one driving, just so y'all know. Ron Miller, he's the one in charge. He's here and hammered down like a big old bar. Scott, don't worry, it's all in fun. Ron's a real host when the race is run. Now Ron talks engines and he talks tires. Scott might be the match, but Ron's the fire. With his country charm and a wink in his eye, he's taking over and we all know why. Ron Miller, he's the one in charge. He's here and hammered down like a big old bard. Scott, don't worry, it's all in fun. Ron's a real host when the race is run. When Ron hits the mic, the crowd's on their feet. Scott's in the pits, they're just trying to compete. It's all good nature, just a country jest. But when it comes up poaching, then the Ron's the best. Scott, don't worry, it's all in fun. Ron's a real host when the race is run.
The Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer and Ron Miller.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report. Why is that like that? There we go.
I don't know. We're back.
Yeah. Hope you had a good Halloween.
Yeah. I saw your decorations are all gone.
Yeah, they were gone last week.
Driving into the studio, I saw some of the friends of yours have Christmas decorations up already.
It's too soon.
Way too soon.
Hammer Down Racing Report, part of the Evergreen Podcast Network. This is show number 354 for Thursday, November 7th. It's Scott Hammer, Ron Miller coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch from the Dominator Race Products.
Yeah.
Almost gave the sponsorship to someone else. Dominator Race Products Studio. The other day, well, coming up on the show tonight, I guess we should talk about that. We're going to feature the Attica Raceway champions, Cap Henry, Kyle Moore, both going to be joining us. We already spoke to Jamie Miller just a couple weeks ago when we had our Fremont champions on. So
seems like just a couple of weeks ago we talked with Kyle Moore and Cap Henry.
Yeah. Ron and I were just talking before the show, too, that
we've stepped our game up.
We tell our guests that they usually go on and win their next race after being on the show, but it seems now they're winning championships.
Yep, we've stepped our game up, folks.
We're just going to have less guests on, though, because not everybody can win a championship.
Scott, you and I can fill up an hour. It's no big deal.
That's true. Also, we'll be giving away some Mazza's Stone-Fired Pizza, and we'll also do the same thing with some help from producer Dave. Hashtag DCR. Put that in the comments of the Facebook Live or the YouTube Live. And you have a chance at winning a DCR Graphics Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker. You can join the Hammer Down Army. Stick that on your race car if you got one. Stick it on your grocery getter.
Yeah.
Whatever. Put it wherever you want.
Most of our customers have pickup trucks.
But if you have a race car and you take a picture of it after you put it on, you can join the Hammer Down Racing Army for 2025. We're going to start enlisting new troops after the first of the year. Kind of hit reset on that and start all over. We'll report your race finishes each and every week, as long as you report in with them.
Maybe we should start a week or so early so that we can get the folks that happen to go to the hangover race at Sandusky.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we'll start accepting recruitments in December.
Yep, right after. Yeah,
we'll go with that for now.
Yeah, okay. Sometime in December, we'll let you know.
So I was browsing, I was scrolling through Facebook on I think it was Monday night.
Yeah.
And we didn't really talk about it much on the show this year. But I saw somebody had posted that their business was nominated for Best of Toledo, the Toledo City Paper thing. I was like, just for shits and giggles, see if maybe we're on there.
And we are.
And I went there. I was like, okay, this one, and the last one, Hammer Down Racing Report. Well, son of a bitch! Now we're gonna have to promote that for the next. I think it's a month and a half or something.
Yeah, a couple of months.
Yeah, and then we won't know if we win until the end of February. I think is usually when they do that. So, thanks to you guys that nominated us. We appreciate it. This is the fourth time I believe we've been nominated.
Right.
We have not actually won the Best of Toledo yet, but we've made the final list for 4 out of the last 6 or so years. I think.
And in the past, they've had a couple of
not really local
podcasts. And this is supposed to be a Best of Toledo local podcasts. And
we're in Sylvania technically, but we're
in the 419.
Yes, we're based out of the Toledo area, but we cover a nice little region.
Yeah.
But in the middle is pretty much Toledo. We'll go with that. If you want to help us out with that, and we appreciate it if you do, once a day, maybe put a little reminder in your phone every morning. You wake up, head on over. I mean, this is a good ploy on Toledo City Paper's part because it gets them more traffic to their website and gets us to talk about them. It's like free publicity, but ToledoCityPaper.com. Head over there, click on the Best of Toledo. They got a big little greenish banner on there. Once you click on that, that's going to give you a bunch of categories. Go down to the media category. Once you're in the media category, there's like meteorologists, radio shows, stations. Toward the bottom is local podcast. And then, if you wouldn't mind, just click on the vote for right next to Hammer Down Racing Report. You can vote once per day per email address. So if you want to get really frisky and you have a lot of email addresses, feel free to go crazy. You might have to use different devices because they may have or clear your cookies or something if you do try to vote more than once a day. But once a day, we appreciate it. And so now we're going to have to keep pushing that until the voting ends. But thank you for that. We appreciate that. Again, hashtag DCR in the comments of the Facebook Live, YouTube Live. Producer Dave's going to be browsing all the comments for that to put all the names on a wheel, and we'll spin the wheel to determine.
And if one of you happens to be dyslexic and puts in hashtag DRC or something,
he's smart enough to. He's got like artificial intelligence to figure that out.
He can figure it out.
It's crazy.
Unlike the computer, who
no, it had to be exact. Got to mention Oakshade Raceway, where the fastest meet to race. The season may be over, but the awards gathering is coming up. It's going to be this month, actually, November 23rd at the Fulton County Fairgrounds. What was that, like 2 Saturdays?
Are we collecting royalties on that name?
What's that?
The awards gathering? If I remember right.
I don't think we copyright. I forgot to submit the trademark.
Oh, Scott.
It's my bad.
Again.
I know. That'll be the awards gathering for Oakshade Raceway will be at the Fulton County Fairgrounds in the Fulton building from 1 to 4 p.m. again on November 23rd. This is Saturday. There's no charge for that. You don't need to get tickets ahead of time. You can visit oakshaderaceway.com for more information. Make sure to follow them on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever for the latest.
Snacks, soft drinks, anything?
I think so. I think there'll be some light snacks. It'll be pretty much like it was last year.
Okay.
I don't know if you went last year.
I didn't went last year.
Well, and pictures. I believe Charlie will be there.
Oh, cool.
As a matter of fact, from Freeze Frame. Dittman Motorsports, your official Hoosier tire parts service guy over in Oregon, Ohio. That's his official title. Just about any kind of race car service parts that you need. He has race cars for sale. He buys and sells race cars and builds them too. He's kind of like you.
Yeah,
he's Ron Miller Race Cars East.
He is.
Give him a call 419-283.
And he's a good guy too.
8580. He's got a lot of racing knowledge. He's not the professor level, but
no such thing as a quick in and out with Craig either, though. It usually winds up taking a few minutes.
No.
Yeah.
Dominator.
But that's a good thing.
Dominator, he does like to talk.
Shares his knowledge.
And shares knowledge and opinions. And
Oh, yeah.
usually they're very entertaining. Dominator Race Products has what you need to be in the winner's circle. Dominator with 30 years of experience to put you out front. Check out their ultimate brace body kits, as well as the Dominator racing stools. You can get those in a variety of different colors. They also have modified valance kits, plastic modified, and late model rear spoilers, and so much more. Check out everything they have at DominatorRaceProducts.com. You can call them at 419-923-6970 to order. You can also order right there on their website. Or Dominator Race Products are also available from your local reputable race shops, such as Ron Miller Race Cars.
And Dittman Motorsports.
Yeah. Also got to mention DCR Graphics, Ron Miller Race Cars, freeze frame photos, Victory Fuel, the official beverage of the Hammer Down Racing Report. And Tanya, if you're listening, this is our
last.
Actually, that's our last can. Yeah, we have 3 left, so we'll have 1 after tonight. So we'll have to split next week. I got cups.
Oh, okay.
Weirdo. Some racing over the past couple of weeks as we were off last week for the holiday. How about we do our racing roundup? I forgot which. It's this one right here. Here we go.
Racing Roundup.
Almost forgot my little cheat sheet there. Action at Montpelier Speedway last week, last Friday, actually, a week ago. Friday, not this.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, Friday, I guess it is. They had the Monster Mash a couple nights of racing, Friday and Saturday. Rusty Schlenk winning in the late models on Friday night. Drew Carlson, your UMP modified feature winner. James Headley in the street stocks. And then Saturday, Rusty Schlenk sweeping the weekend there in the late models. Zeke McKenzie picking up the win Saturday at Montpelier. In the modifieds, Bill Lewis in the super stocks and Cordell Moore in the Hornets. And we'll get back to the rest of this as we have Cap Henry checking in.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Let's, here we go. Hammer Down Racer Report.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, good.
Got Cap Henry on the phone. Scott Hammer, Ron Miller. How's it going?
Good, real good.
You spend all your money yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Which money? The big win at Fremont?
Well, his points money and all of that.
Yeah, you got a lot. How much money did you make this year?
We were 110,000 plus.
Holy.
The team was, I should say, not me personally.
Now the big question is, did it cover expenses?
I mean, it still wasn't, a profitable endeavor, but it wasn't a super negative endeavor either.
Yeah, it can get that way.
Yes, we were trying to at the start of the season.
Didn't you? You missed the first night, didn't you?
So we missed opening night, and then we won, and then we missed the next night.
And you still won the championship.
We did. We got lucky, that Kale had some issues early on too, so he didn't get super far ahead. And then, speed week on, we just really got our stuff together, and we're running good and managed to pull it off.
Well, I mean, you had quite a year. This is your third Attica title. You won back in 2020, and this is your second consecutive year as you were the 2023 winner. Also, the AFCS 410 champ, a close battle there too over Cale Thomas. And what else here? Oh, yeah, you were the Ohio Sprint Speed Week champ. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good year.
Yeah, it was a real good year. It's one of those deals that our team meshes really well. So that it goes a long way. Zach works really hard. Gary Griff works really hard to give us really good engines. Jeff Ford does his part, helps out at the shop, does it, anything odds and ends trailer we need. Chris and Chad Wilson both do a really good job at the racetrack for us. Just super fortunate to have, a really good group of guys that it makes it that much easier for me to do my job. And, everybody puts in the effort. And, luckily we've been rewarded for the effort we put in.
Now, if you had to give yourself, not just yourself, you and your team, a grade for this season and how you guys performed overall, what grade would you give yourself?
I would say it'd probably be, I'm going to say, oh man, that's hard. I don't want to seem like too confident in our team. I'm going to say B plus A minus.
I was going to go with a B plus.
I'd say always room for improvement is how I feel.
Unless you won every single night.
Yeah, and that's just never going to happen.
I don't know. Kyle Moore seems to be on trying to push that.
He comes pretty close.
Yeah.
Cap, I'm a nuts and bolts kind of guy. The sprint cars have been all over the internet lately with some of the big changes. The inflators and adjustable shocks, are any of those going to trickle their way down to local racing?
It's all. I think it's partially going to depend on what the Outlaws end up wanting to do for next year. But it's always a possibility. I don't know if it's really necessary, but I guess that's equally out of my pay scale to try and determine. I feel Attica and Fremont as a whole, they do a good effort into trying their best to. I think, like I said, there's a lot of factors yet that we just don't know. A lot of things that we don't know what else is going on. So I think we're kind of going to be in a little bit of a waiting period before we determine what happens.
Let me before you go any further, because I'm not as smart as both you and Cap, but I did see something about the inflators. Can either you or Cap explain what those are and
go
what
ahead,
they do?
Cap.
Well, so as I'm assuming now, we run the tire bleeders that will drop the air pressures down. Well, essentially, an inflator is going to be capable of doing the opposite. So I don't fully know how they work yet because it's new, but I'm assuming you're going to be able to set a range that you want your tire to stay within. So my guess is that they will somehow have some kind of small compressor in them that they can also get the air pressure back up in your tire.
So that's exactly what it sounds like.
Scott,
okay.
A sprint car has a hollow rear axle. It's open down the middle.
I'm familiar with the bleeders where if it gets too much pressure, it'll just kind of
Well,
go out.
I don't know if it's an air canister that's in there or some sort of a compressor. I've got to believe it's an air canister, and it can then reinflate the tire if for some reason the pressure goes low. Now,
is that something you can set before you would race, or can you adjust that as a driver?
Let's look at this scenario. You've got a bleeder. You've had big race, 40 laps. You've had a green flag run, 20 laps. Your tire has built up a lot of heat, so the bleeders are going to bleed the pressure back down to the preset pressure. Now you're sitting there on a red flag. The tire cools down, and it's half flat. So now the tire has its own ability to reinflate itself. How they do, Cap?
That's their push for now is that it's a safety concern. That that exact scenario, you do long green flag run, go to a red, they don't open it. Basically, I think it's almost that the bleeders are too good. They bleed the tire immediately down to the preset pressure, and then the tire cools. Well, now it goes down even further. I don't know. To me, it seems like it would have been easier to implement that we need to do, maybe do open reds for fuel and air a little bit easier, but
sure would be a lot
like
cheaper.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Definitely.
But it's one of those deals. I don't know. Obviously, so the tire inflator already existed. Like guys tested it, and then it was banned. So I guess that's the step for me is that why was it banned, and now it's a good idea. Like I said, these guys have a reason, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, that they want to implement this. So, like I said, it's only one series out of the two. So it's kind of hard to say yet, how much of it we're going to see on our local level to start off.
Gotcha. Irregardless of any costs associated with that, what is your opinion of having that option? Would you like to see it?
To me, I don't. My thing on it is based off the cost. Like I said, they were testing it years ago and determined it wasn't needed. So, why now do we need to add that cost? And there's a lot of unknown variables to it. On the cost side, like we don't know, like can we retrofit bleeders we have with this upgrade, or is it like do we need new bleeders? Initially to me, it's not. I guess the cost isn't the biggest thing to me personally, because I know that ultimately if they become legal, run them, I know that we can afford to buy them and race. But I know there's other teams that you're just adding on to the cost, and I guess it becomes at what point do we need this stuff? But to me, I kind of feel indifferently. I've got a really good crew chief in Zach, so I know that he's going to be able to handle the added complexity. But it's one of those. In a year's time, we can review, and I guess we'll be able to determine if it was good, bad, or indifferent.
I know that the dirt late models have outrageously expensive shock packages, and now it seems as though maybe the sprint cars are heading that way too. And you guys don't need any more expense.
Yeah, I mean,
and you put on great shows.
Yeah, and I think that's the argument, is that they're trying to improve the racing, and I feel like we took a step back from this year to last year in the racing, and there was some pretty simple rules that were changed, like the Wicker Bill rules. It was like, well, why don't we just go back to the way it was? And I'll give Attica and Fremont credit versus the national scene credit, that our average starting spot, I know for sure, at least at Fremont, was deeper than, what nationally it was. So to me, I know it's maybe not apples to apples comparison, but it shows that, we were at least getting a little bit more racing. I don't know. Everything's always tried to be brought to you with a reason, and I don't know if the reason for this is good enough. But like I said, I think it's a little out of my pay scale to determine that. I just play along and we'll see what happens.
I got a hunch that it has something to do with when the big guys come to your track, they've got more trick stuff than you do.
Well, and there is that. So that becomes the ultimate concern if these guys can run the stuff all the time and that we can't, is that, maybe we're not adequated to using it all the time. I did kind of have that argument at the start of the year when we went with a different Wicker Bill rule than the World of Outlaws and High Limits did, was that my point was, well, now we are used to running these taller Wicker Bills, and then when the Outlaws and the High Limit guys come to town, we can't run them. So now our setup stuff's different. And the promoters at the time told me that they felt that I was not correct. Now, granted, I do think it affected us when we had to run those races, that we weren't we weren't used to racing on those rules packages. But I will also give them credit that I think what they were looking at was trying to give their weekly races or fans the better show. And on that side of it, I do feel they were correct and did the right thing. So it's a catch-22, but I think for, maybe at the cost of their local racers for 2-3 races, that they put on better races for, 20-30 races.
Gotcha. Well, let's go back to your championship there.
Yeah.
Didn't know we were getting to such technical stuff. It was interesting though. Back to Attica here. That last feature of the year, I'm pretty sure I caught that one. Actually, I did. it was a long time ago now. But on TV, I was watching that. You lost the lead there at the very end, and I mean, you won the championship. But the look on your face when Brian came over to interview you, you didn't look super happy that you had lost the race. I mean, how more satisfied would you have been to come out on top of that last race?
I definitely wasn't happy. I think at that point it was like my eighth or ninth second place of the year, so I was a little frustrated. But I led a lot of the race and lost it. It's one of those. I've played over that race in my head so many times on how I wish I could get one do-over on that last lap. But I am competitive. I want to win. But I was happy for Casey Judgerzek. He's a good kid. So it was good to see him get that win, and at the time I knew that there was a bigger picture, that it wasn't worth me trying to, fight to the checkered flag, because all I had to do was finish the race and I'd won the title. So, kind of knew at the time that it just wasn't worth it for the big picture. But, I was definitely a little frustrated. I like winning races as much as anybody. So, definitely wanted to win the thing and not finish second.
And that was his very first 410 win, as I recall, too. So cool for him, and cool for you for winning the championship. I mean, you had a pretty big September overall. As we mentioned earlier, winning the AFCS title for the second consecutive year. You got that not at Attica, but over at Fremont, the Jim and Joanne Ford Classic, the highest paying sprint feature in history there, for winning $20,000 there. How much confidence does that give you heading into the off season and going into next season?
We're definitely confident. I think after last year through the winter and then into this year, I think we'll roll into the first race. Maybe a little bit more level headed than we were this year. I think definitely we went through the winter thinking that we were going to be just super good again. And then, we weren't start the season. So I think we kind of learned some lessons there that we know to just keep our heads down and just work at it. But it's always good to have that. I'm confident in my guys. Zach's good, Jeff's good, Gary's good, Chris and Chad are good. We've got a really good package. Such great marketing people. Technical partners, and then just marketing partners in general. Griff's Racing Engines gives us really good engines. Berryman Racing Shocks gives us really good shocks. Maxim Race Chassis does a great job with us. Elite Top Wings, gives us just really good parts. So many of those people. And that's what it takes. And, we're really, really fortunate that we're pretty much, all the marketing people are staying as is. So that's good just to have that stability to roll into next year and, be as ready as we can be.
So it sounds like 2025 is going to be pretty much the same as this year.
Yeah. For the most part, we haven't decided on what we're going to do for a schedule yet. There's a lot of things up in the air. So waiting to see how some of that plays out. But otherwise team sponsors, it's all going to be the same as this year.
So you're officially done for this season. Is the car torn apart yet?
One car is tore apart. The car that we raced the majority of the year. I'll give Zach credit. It is tore apart. He is welded and replaced stuff on it already. It's ready to go to powder coat. We do have a car. Anybody that's coming to the PRI show, you will be able to see our Knoxville Eldora car will be on display at the SDS booth. So we will have it. We've started working towards, 2025, ordering parts. Motors are getting freshened at Griff's. Doug, Berryman's already got our shocks. So working towards that stuff, and excited about it.
So as of right now, you said you're working on your schedule, so you don't know what your next race is going to be, if it's going to be the season opener at Attica or something before then?
With the dirt schedule, I don't know yet what our beginning of the season will be. I do know that I'll be at the Rumble in Fort Wayne in December, running a midget and a micro. I'll be at the Chili Bowl again this year racing. So I know we're doing that stuff. Just don't know when the beginning of the season yet will be for the 33W Cup.
Awesome. How much are you looking forward to the Chili Bowl and the Rumble?
I'm really looking forward to both. The Rumble is an event I've run since I was a little kid. So I absolutely love that race. Zach and I actually just the other day were working on the midget the rear end for the midget out of the Rumble car. Looking forward to those. Chili Bowl's becoming something that, I have minimal dirt midget experience, but it's a lot of fun and looking forward to it.
I mean, just the atmosphere. I've never been to the Chili Bowl, but watching it on TV, the atmosphere at the Chili Bowl just looks incredible.
Yeah, it's super cool. You get, I like the fact that you get so many drivers from different genres there. I think that's really neat to me. And what else are you going to do in January in the middle of winter?
Exactly.
I think my favorite part about that is that guy, the track official on the backstretch, as you guys are getting ready to go.
He is epic. I don't know how he doesn't get tired.
That's right. He does that all week, too.
All week.
What else do you do in the off season to keep yourself busy until race season comes back around? Other than those indoor races,
I do slot car racing. I build, I race and build cars for guys, customer cars. When there's go-kart races to go do, I've done some indoor go-karting stuff. This winter, the big plan is we're going to try and do some home renovations. Me and my girlfriend Erin are working on the house a little bit, keep working at it, see if we can't make it a little bit nicer. This winter I'm going to be doing, I'm actually going to do some assembly on some go-kart stuff for myself. I went and did the Big B Classic
How'd that
last
go?
Sunday. It went good. I finished third, first time I ever ran it. So pretty proud of that. So Zach's actually got a go-kart there that he's got to weld up some Nerf bars for me, and then I'm going to assemble it. Zach's got another go-kart of mine that he's got to weld on. If you haven't noticed, Zach is almost like my full-time fab guy at this point. So fortunate for Zach. And going to assemble some go-karts. Try and do a little bit more of that stuff next year. I really love going go-kart racing. I get to see my buddy Micah's little boys, Gage and Blaine, go race. They're great kids. Love watching them race. Zach's little boy Caden's racing now, so that's really cool seeing him, step up and learn, and try and go do some more of that stuff next year too.
And you beat Sean Valenti.
Yeah, I did. Believe it or not, and that's not an easy task. Sean wins in just about everything at this point, so we'll take it.
Nice. Well, congratulations on another championship season for you. Ron and I were talking earlier that, and we've told you this before, you come on the show and usually go on to win your next race, but it's becoming...
We've stepped up our program.
Come on the show and go on and win the championship.
Well, I mean, if that's a sign for next year, we'll take it.
There you go. Any other sponsors you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, I've got to thank Steve and Denise from Fast Girls and Primal Apparel. I am down at Charlotte. That's why I had to call you guys to voice you guys. And I had to go stand behind their trailer so that I was quiet and you guys weren't listening to the race cars the whole time. FK Rodden, King Race Products, Elliott Custom Trailers and Cars. Cindy there does so much to help us out. The Tony Elliott Foundation, Drift Racing Engines, Elite Top Wings. Simpson's been with me for a long time. Factory 41, Dyer's Top Rods, Callie's Crank, TI 64, Factory 41. Premier Planning Services. Rob Mooney does so much for me. I can't thank him enough. Jeff Ward, Demolition, just everybody that's involved with that 33W car. Everybody takes really good care of us. And so many of the sponsors we're close, and it's like a big family. And it just means a lot, and I'm really grateful for everybody that's involved with our race car.
Who's going to win tonight at Charlotte?
Oh, I don't know. Brian Brown looked really good in that dash, but I gotta go with Gravel starting. I think he starts second. I think he's going to be pretty sporty, trying to steal up that championship. So that's going to be my big thing.
All right, we'll have to get out of here so we can take a watch on that. Cap, always a pleasure speaking with you. Good luck at the Rumble. Good luck at the Chili Bowl Nationals, and good luck next year.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you having me. And I was on time this time. Write that down.
Yeah.
Yes. Appreciate it.
Thanks for your
Thank
time,
you.
Cap. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
All right. We'll see you, man.
Yep, bye.
Bye. There you go. Your 2024 Attica Raceway, Attica Fremont Championship Series champion.
Yeah.
So
2 different championships.
Yeah, a couple different championships there. And that Attica champion, the AFCS championship, he got that just by 4 points over Cale Thomas. So a little close there, but he got it done. Coming up, we'll be speaking with Kyle Moore, late model champion there at Attica Raceway Park. It doesn't look like he's in the green room yet. If we don't hear from him in a couple minutes, we'll give him a call. Before we get to that, though, we'll get back to our racing roundup as we were talking about. Just says joining. Oh. How about we just call him then?
Well, okay.
We can call. So I guess we're going to talk to Kyle Moore now.
Maybe.
Well, as soon as I actually press this button. Here we go. So I got to turn that part up. He was trying to connect on to our new system here. Kyle Moore.
Hello?
Hey, Kyle. It's
How's it going, buddy?
Scott Hammer, Ron Miller, Hammer Down Racing Report.
How's it going?
Pretty good. How's it going with you?
Not too bad.
Yeah, we got just switched to a different live streaming system, so we're still working out some of the bugs. So we can do it over the phone. We'll be fine here. First off, man, I mean, you came on the show first part of July there, and then you were on a tear before, and then you just kept going.
Unstoppable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty good year.
And you've still got a race car.
What's that?
I say, and you've still got a race car. You didn't use it up or anything.
Yeah, I know. I ain't got much work to do.
So, I mean, you won the Wayne County Championship. You got the Attica Championship. That was your first ever at Attica, I guess. And was that, I guess, was it the plan or your goal at the beginning of the season to go for both championships at both tracks?
Yeah, that was the plan. That's what our goal was, to get both championships and pretty awesome to be able to do it.
That's fairly impressive. Did you think you would get as many feature wins as you did?
I mean, in the late model world, no. You know, you never think that. I thought I would hit double digits, but I didn't think I'd hit 21.
How many wins in a row did you have? I think you really tore it up there at Wayne County.
Yeah, Wayne County, it was pretty wild over there. I think we won like every heat race, every feature besides the first night. We broke a rocker arm, and then we didn't win the Hell Tour race. And besides that, we won. It was pretty wild. How many in a row? I don't know.
Okay.
Most of them.
We asked, and I believe we asked you this back in July, and somebody said it was the chassis. It was, but what? Why are you so dominant? What has made you so fast this year?
Just you know how it is. Pieces in the right places. Just me and my brother. We've been doing this from day one together, and he knows what I'm looking for, and you know, just the car. The car was really good out of the box, and then you know the motors. We got some pretty good motors now, and it's just a whole combination.
Let's give your chassis builder a shout out. Whose chassis are you running now?
It's a Longhorn by Tytor.
He knows how to make cars fast.
Yeah, he does.
He's got a little experience there. You and Rusty Schlenk had some pretty good battles this year, at least at Attica and at the one race at Millstream. Are you two friends? I mean, you seem kind of friendly on Facebook with some of the comments.
Yeah, it's yeah, we're definitely buddies. it's always fun to have somebody to race you like Rusty does, and to be competitive enough to race him back. You know, when you're rolling Attica, really anywhere in Ohio, and he's there, you know, you got him to beat. And, racing with people like him makes you better.
Gotcha. How did you like running at Millstream, other than it was a little bit dusty?
On the track wasn't too bad as far as dust. I know it might have been different for the fans, but it was different. We don't get racetracks like that very often, and it was really it was fun to not just go to gas that thing the whole race, and you actually had to just watch what you was doing. You know, on a hammer down track, you mess up a little bit, you know, you just throttle out of it, or you know, you can make it up really easy. You mess up on the track like Millstream was, and it takes laps to make it back up. And it was fun. I really liked it. I don't know if I'd want to race on it every weekend like that, but but it was fun.
Yeah, it was a very technical track, as I recall. But and then you were in the stock car at Fremont for that last show at the beginning of October there, and you took quite a little bit of a wild ride there. I had a great view of that as I was right behind you and Craig Dippman when you guys came together. What happened there?
I ain't even watched the replay or nothing from that. I still can't tell you what happened.
I can tell you what happened.
We were 3 wide. I know from inside the car it looked like we were 3 wide, and I don't know if they tangled or what. Come down and got me.
Yeah, and you popped your back end way up in the air. I thought you were going over at one point.
Yeah, I thought I was toast.
How bad was the car?
Believe it or not, I think it was just a flat tire and a little bit of body damage.
Wow, well, that's not too bad. So what does being a track champion mean to you?
You know, like I've won track champions before and stuff, like modified and street stocks, and you know, it's kind of like, you know, it is what it is. But the late model world, them guys they're a different breed of people. You know, you go to Attica and you got 10 guys that's gunning for that thing, and you know, like you go to Wayne County and you know there's Markham and Gentry and you know the same people there every week, and they're tough. It definitely means a lot more to do in a late model. You know, win any championship hard, but the late model class to do it, the money it takes, and you know, to get the job done, you know, it's pretty awesome.
Now, do you enjoy racing with I mean, I'm sure there's probably some drivers out there that are the exception, but for the most part, racing with other late model drivers, and do you feel that racing at that level with those drivers has kind of elevated your game as well?
Yeah, racing with them, the late model guys, it's not. I don't know. It's definitely. I feel like the lower classes is more dog eat dog world. Like they'll run you, they'll mow you down for a win, and I don't think you got that as much in late model world. Pretty much everybody's got a little common sense. You know, if you rough somebody up next week, he's going to be close to you, and you know. So it definitely, yeah. And the way they drive, you know, the late model guys, they drive 150% every lap. Like Ryan Markham will be 10th, and his car be on the chip. I mean, he does not give up, and it's wild, you know. And to even finish 10th, you know, at Attica, you better be ready to be on the hammer because it's going to take it.
What was the craziest thing to have happen to you this past season?
Craziest thing.
Any setbacks? Anything you had to overcome? that you weren't expecting?
I think there was a. Well, you're talking about Attica. I was going to say it.
Well,
Wayne County,
either.
there was a pretty crazy night.
Which night would that be?
Wasn't there an altercation one night?
No, I think that was Hilltop or something.
Oh,
That,
okay.
Yeah, that was Hilltop.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I
We
guess
had a little altercation there at Hilltop one night, but, me and Brennan, it just comes down to racing hard and competitive. Nobody wants to lose. And, I mean, believe it or not, me and him's all right now. We're pretty good buddies. And sometimes it takes that. Sometimes it takes.
So he's
Tear
back.
some shit up
He's
to
back
become
on
buddies.
he's back on your Christmas card list.
Yeah, possibility.
well, Kyle did win that race
Yeah.
too. I mean, despite what happened.
Yeah, I mean, if I would have come out on the other end, I'd probably be so
So what do you
so
got?
easy to let it go.
What are your plans for next season? Are you going to defend your titles at both tracks? Are you going to maybe run, do a little traveling?
Some
or
Ironman stuff.
The Ironman deal has really got my attention. We just got to be able to. I'll be honest with you. To run Ironman deal, we don't got a spare front end part trailer, so we got to recoup some stuff. Get some parts over winter. I would love to do it. I don't know if I can do it this year. Because obviously you can't be running around with no spare front bumper, no spare lowers and spindles. Like we ain't got nothing. We ain't got nothing spare. And if it's past a tie rod in or a 4-bar, we ain't got it. And I think we got like total of 11 wheels and tires. So them guys that ain't out there doing it. Everybody thinks there's just a pour the money to it over here, and it's not at all the case. Like we make work with what we got. And listen, I don't complain about it because it could be worse. I could be racing mini stock or not racing at all. So I'm fortunate with what I got, and we just got to see what we can do over the winter. I would love to be able to do that Ironman deal. I just don't know if we're there yet.
maybe take all that championship winnings and buy a new front end, a spare front end?
Well,
points fund
I
money.
mean,
Because I'm sure that's going to pay for a lot, right?
that was spent, I think, in June when I blew that motor up in Wayne County. So, and then I don't know what happened to my other motor at Fremont that last night. I heard it. So we got 2 engines to rebuild, car to get ready again. Like I said, I don't know if we're there yet. It definitely takes some help. Like
Just as an educated observer, I think you're ready.
Oh, I'm ready. But the trailer and pocketbook says
your program is ready. Work on getting him. Work on getting him some spare parts.
Sponsors. Some big sponsors.
Yeah. And for one of them races is, we come around with a 1500 Chevy and in an open trailer. So a lot of them races, 2, 3, 4 hours away. And it's rough to leave your stuff set out, like we did a couple times, leave it set out a trailer and go get a room. But, you're waking up 3 o'clock in the morning, hoping and praying your tools are still in the trailer. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's not. So it's just hard, and who knows? We might get there. Hey, if we can, we're going to do it. So,
Well, who are your sponsors that helped you out this year, and maybe they can dig a little deeper in their pockets for next year.
Yeah, give those folks a shout out.
Yeah.
well, let me find a list. Listen, I had a lot of help this year. Like it was pretty wild with the help that I got. I've never had that kind of help before, and who knows? Maybe, like you guys said, maybe we can get some more help over the winter and make something wild happen. Number one would be Attica Raceway Park, Attica Race Engines, Catholic Flooring, GMC in Mansfield, Heat Midwest Paint, Metro Home Solutions, John's Drain Service, Joyride Transportation, Bentley Towing, Wilson Family Realty, with Robin Cubic, the shortstop, R&L Bond Septic Service, Henthorn Golf Cart, House and Speed, Kaufman Corvette, Cameron Mahler Racing, KB Septic Service, Fat Belly Barbecue, True Form Race Products, Platinum Designs, Brett B Transmissions, Adam White, the Workman Family, Miffler Industries, and the Glass House. I've never had that kind of help before.
Pretty impressive list.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Well, we appreciate the time, Kyle. We were just talking to Cap a little bit ago, Cap Henry, and we'd mentioned that, and we kind of talked to you about this, where you come on this show and you go on and win your next race. You kind of outperformed in that matter and won like 100 races, but give or take a few. But now the people we've had on during the year, a lot of times they're going on and winning championships, such as yourself. So we appreciate that. So thank you and congratulations.
Yeah, thank you guys for your time, and anytime, just give me a holler.
All right. Kyle Moore, your 2024 Attica Raceway and Wayne County champion. Kyle, we appreciate it. We'll talk to you later, man.
Good talking to you, Kyle.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Yep, thanks, guys. Bye.
There you go. Kyle Moore, Cap Henry, your Attica Raceway champions. We've got some business to get to here. We still have the Maz's Pizza giveaway to do. Hashtag DCR in the comments of the Facebook Live or YouTube Live, and we'll be giving away the Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker here very shortly. Let's do that. Switch you so that there. Now we're looking at each other.
I'm back.
Yeah. So right there, hashtag DCR. We'll get you in the running for one of those. Haven't figured out that everything's backwards and it's like a mirror. Back to the racing roundup. We had mentioned the Montpelier results from a couple weeks ago. Wayne County also ran a week ago Saturday. Cale Drake won the Boss Sprint feature there. Raleigh Hayter in the Dirt Track Truck Series. Ryan Oakley in the Compacts, your winner there. And Kimmy Snyder won the Powder Puff Truck Race.
Ooh.
Those are still happening. Still a thing. Down under in Australia, Perth Motorplex, a couple Saturdays ago. Dane Kingshot winning in the sprint cars. Nicholas Rowe, your speed car feature number 1 winner. Top Payet. Top, that's his name, Top.
Okay.
I had an uncle, or no. I was amazed my mom's friend named Topper was from Maine. They have weird names in Maine. I don't know what that has to do with Australia, but anyways.
Nice try, Scott.
Yeah, Top winning the speed car feature number 2. Joel Chalmers, your late model winner, and Blake Iwanow, the wingless sprint winner there at Perth
If you remember,
Motorplex.
Chalmers was the Australian number 1.
Chalmers?
Yeah.
Principal Chalmers.
Big deal.
That's The Simpsons?
Yeah, maybe.
Probably a different one there. Yeah. Bunbury Speedway on Saturday was canceled. Track wasn't ready to get going. I don't have any further details on that. Esperance Speedway on Saturday was their opening night. Max Robbins winning in the late models. Karen Bridges, your AMPCA Nationals winner. Brett South in the Formula 500s. Jackie Maroney, production sedan winner. Zane Humphreys in the street stocks. Jacob Hill in the junior sedans. And Liam Hickey winning the Outlaw Carts. That's a lot of classes there for opening night at Esperance Speedway. High-Tech Toowoomba Speedway. Saturday was Lockie McHugh, your sprint car winner. Harry Stewart winning in the speed cars. Riley Smith, the pro sprint car winner. And Aiden Raymont, in the modified sedans. Premier Speedway, opening night on Saturday. Jock Goodyear. Not Goodyear. Winning again in the sprint cars. Kirby Hillier in wingless sprints. Only 2 classes there running Premier Speedway. World of Outlaws, NOS Energy Drink sprint car action. The Bullring Blitz at Riverside International Speedway. Going back weekend prior to this last one. Friday night, Carson Macedo winning there. And then Saturday night got rained out. NASCAR action this past weekend. Final weekend before the championship weekend. Craftsman Truck Series. Actually, we got to cover a couple weeks. I forgot about that. Yeah. Let's go back to the weekend before. Craftsman Truck Series action at Homestead, Miami. The Baptist Health 200. That was won by Grant Enfinger. And then this past Friday, Christian Eckes picking up the win in the Zip By Now Pay Later 200 at Martinsville Speedway. Your championship 4 for the Craftsman Truck Series this weekend is going to be Christian Eckes, Grant Enfinger, Ty Majeski, and Corey Heim. Xfinity Series action. Weekend before was Austin Hill winning the Credit One NASCAR Amex Credit Card 300 at Homestead Miami Speedway. This past Saturday, Eric Almirola getting it done in the National Debt Relief 250 at Martinsville Speedway. Your championship 4 in the Xfinity Series this weekend is going to be Austin Hill, A.J. Allmendinger, Cole Custer, and Justin Allgaier. Cup Series.
Oh, boy.
This got interesting. Week before, though, at Homestead Miami Speedway, Tyler Reddick picking up the win there in the Straight Talk Wireless 400. Sunday, a lot happened, especially toward the end. Ryan Blaney ultimately winning and earning a spot in the championship 4. He won the Xfinity 500 there at Martinsville Speedway. So he joins Tyler Reddick, Joey Logano, and William Byron getting in after a lot happened in the last few laps. It seemed that, and some penalties have been issued because of
some
the
pretty
actions.
huge fines.
Yeah. But the only thing that got affected there was that final championship position with Christopher Bell and William Byron, where it appeared that who was it? Dylan? Is that who it was? Dylan and Watermelon Boy were at Ross Chastain. Kind of looked like they were kind of blocking, maybe running side by side behind.
NASCAR said that they were.
Okay, so that's an official thing now. It doesn't not just an appearance. And that was like the last
with the outcome of the race.
Last 25 or so laps, basically protecting Byron's position, because if he got passed by one more car, he was going to lose out. He was going to fall out of the championship 4.
Seems like they were all driving the same brand of
Ryan
cars.
Bell needed to, yes, they were all Chevys.
Yeah.
Ryan Bell in his Toyota needed to pick up one more spot to jump over Byron for that final position. So on the final lap, lo and behold, another Toyota driver felt like he had a flat tire, Bubba Wallace. So he slowed way down. And
hoping for a caution.
And I don't think he was hoping for a caution, but he slowed because then the race would have been over if there was a caution. It was the final lap. Bell got by him going into turn 3 on the final lap, got a little loose, got up into the wall, rode the wall around, kind of like a Hail Melon, from a couple years ago. Different but similar, and that was a no-no. That was outlawed. So after a 25-minute or so deliberation after the race was over,
no wall riding,
he was penalized for that, and
significantly.
I think it was penalized like a lap or something. That knocked him out, put Byron in, and then there was some more penalties based on all that other stuff, and we'll go through those here in detail in just a minute when we get to our racing news. So I mean, it was kind of, if I was NASCAR, I'd be embarrassed, but at the same time, this is cool. Look at all the attention we're getting. There's no bad press. Does that apply here? What do you think? What are your thoughts?
Well, like you say, there is no such thing as bad press.
Okay.
I don't know.
Do you think it's going to bring more eyeballs to the sport, or do you think people are laughing at the sport, going, "These guys don't know what they're doing"? Is it a product of the championship format, the way they have?
I just think that NASCAR is so contrived that people are just fans in general are shaking their heads and.
Well, I know some of the complaints were
looking for other things to do on Sunday.
Some of the complaints were, I did read something where it said that the 4 drivers that are in the points, if it was the old point system, it would have been, I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was like 2nd, 4th, 8th, and 16th or something. So you don't have the top driver who won the regular season.
Right.
Which would have been, Kyle Larson?
Kyle Larson.
And I believe he had the most wins, too.
He did.
So he's not even in the championship. So there's some...
Yeah, I was... And I'm a Kyle Larson fan. I think the guy is probably the most talented racer since Tim Richmond, and nobody remembers Tim Richmond. But
I remember Tim Richmond.
Yeah, he was incredibly talented. Larson's the same way.
Well, Kevin Harvick had an idea on his podcast on Monday.
Yeah.
Which I thought kind of had some merit, where have the regular season champion, who would have been Kyle Larson, automatically, that whoever that champion is gets an automatic bid into the championship 4.
So now
then
maybe it's the championship 5.
Or, yeah, there's another idea. And second in points, I think, gets into the top 8, or locked into the top 8. Third in regular season points locked into the top 12, something like that. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
You can have a spectacular season like Larson did, and one bad, a miscue in the pits
is going to mess you up, knock you out of the championship.
Can keep you out of the championship. That's BS.
So do you think that they're going to review that the format they have for the championship?
Probably not.
Okay. Fair
but
enough.
they should.
They should, yes.
Thank you.
Other notes from the past 2 weeks, the Pennsboro Speedway Mason-Dixon 100, that happened not this past weekend, but the weekend before, going back a couple Thursdays. Bobby Pierce picking up the win on that Thursday night. Friday night, it got rained out. Saturday, Devin Moran won, and Friday's rescheduled race, Bobby Pierce winning that too.
Yeah.
So at the historic Pennsboro Speedway. And one other note, former guest Cole Macedo won the NARC 410 Sprint Car Series feature at King Speedway a week ago, Saturday. So there you go. Got to pay a couple bills here, and then we'll give away some Maz's Pizza.
There was a comment there that...
This one?
Yeah.
Need to find a way to bring down the cost of late model racing. Average weekend racer can't keep up with the cost. It's a shame. Tracks used to average 35, 40 cars. Now only about 18 to 20. Not the same.
We've discussed that a couple of times, and we will probably revisit that again over the winter.
Is it the cost of racing, or is it the purses that haven't kept up with the cost?
Yes.
Okay, fair. I see what you're saying there. Mention the Hammer Down Racing Report when you contact Magic Moment Entertainment, and you'll get $100 off your reception DJ service. Magic Moment's Ron Burt works with contracts, carries liability insurance, and never charges for mileage or dance floor lighting as long as you're within Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, or Kentucky. He covers the entire states, all of those. He's been in business for over 30 years. They take pride in working closely with couples to make your special day perfect. Wedding receptions are Magic Moment's specialty, but they also do corporate events and mitzvahs. Call 419-594-2261, or you can find them on Facebook under Magic Moment Entertainment or Ohio Sports Blitz, and he is now booking for June 2025 and beyond. And a lot of our listeners have already called him. So thank you to those of you that have supported, because not everybody's getting married. But maybe you're having a mitzvah, or you just need a party and you need a DJ. And I mean, there you go. Magic Moment.
I wonder if he does divorce parties.
Are those a thing? I'm missing out.
Yeah.
Is it too late to have one?
Never too late, Scott.
All right. I'm going to mention Hammer Down Racing Report and save some money.
There you go.
Contact Freeze Frame Photos for all your racing photo needs, from action shots to victory lane, custom print magnets, can koozies, tumblers, other gift items. Christmas now is the time. If you haven't done your Christmas shopping, he's got all kinds of cool things for race fans, racers, whatever. Custom calendars are usually a big thing.
Like them.
They are pretty cool.
I like them.
You get to pick whatever pictures you want for each month. You can have a single driver. You could have multiple drivers. You could make one for a driver. You could make one for a fan of a driver. Either way.
A lot of families are in racing. You could have a family-themed calendar.
There you go. So give Charlie a call there at Freeze Frame Photos, 419-407-6994. Freeze Frame Photos, special moments frozen in time. Ron Miller Race Cars in Lambertville, Michigan. He's got race cars, batteries, parts, safety equipment, service, trailer repair.
Yeah, pretty soon, Scott.
All right. Everything a racer needs. Give Ron a call, 734-856-7223. And Dominator Race Products, he's got that. He's got it all. I also got to mention Victory Fuel, the flavored electrolyte water that is free of artificial coloring, no caffeine, no carbonation, with a full load of electrolytes and 120% of your daily vitamins, which I just had. I'm running out here.
There it is.
Purple Potion. Again, Tanya, these are our last cans. We need some more. Please continue your sponsorship. Contact local sales representative Tanya Conley for track concessions and for business wholesale inquiries. You can also order online at drinkvictory.com. Use discount code Conley Racing, and you'll save money and support that race thing. I got an old note on here. They were out of Throttle Punch a while ago, but I'm pretty sure they're back in stock.
It's back.
Yeah, we got some Throttle Punch here. You can also get it at Napa and Bryan, Roots Poultry, and some racetracks. Dittman Motorsports sells them sometimes from his truck, yeah. It's made by racers, Sammy Swindell, so this is cool stuff. And it's good. It's a nice drink. Yeah. And you don't have to feel bad for drinking it.
Kid-friendly.
Kid-friendly, yeah. I got some racing news here to get to, and then we'll do our How Many, find out who our Mazda's Pizza winner is from a couple weeks ago. I think you'll be surprised. Well, maybe not you, because I already told you who it was, but let's do this.
Latest racing news.
So we do have a little bit of racing news here. We talked about the penalties that were
at Martinsville.
At Martinsville there.
Yeah.
Multiple penalties have been announced after the Cup race at Martinsville, including a suspension for 11 NASCAR members. Crew chiefs, spotters, and team executive from the number 1 driven by Ross Chastain, the number 3 by Austin Dillon, and the number 23 driven by Bubba Wallace have been suspended. Additionally, all 3 teams have been fined $100,000 and docked 50 points. Richard Childress Racing, Trackhouse Racing, and 2311 Racing have all announced plans to appeal the penalty. I believe that 2311 has changed their mind, though. I read something about that. Yeah,
right.
Said that they don't agree with it, but they're not going to appeal it. I haven't heard anything further from Childress or Trackhouse, so I believe they're still going forward with their appeal there. So a lot of
wasn't Childress
penalties.
fined earlier this year?
Maybe, but that's probably for the wheel falling off of Kyle Busch on that one restart. On Saturday, a couple weeks ago, Homestead Miami Speedway, the NASCAR truck race on lap 76, Matt Miller went to the bottom lane. Connor Jones lined him up and drove right into his rear bumper. Mills got sideways, overcorrected, and drove straight into the outside wall. Immediately, smoke billowed from his machine. Truck came to rest against the inside wall. Mills climbed from the truck and sat on the grass, appearing to catch his breath. The safety team arrived quickly. NASCAR issued a 2-lap penalty to Jones. Initially, they noted reckless driving. With the penalty, Mills was transported to a local hospital for further evaluation. Following the crash, he was released on Monday, the 28th. And he did compete in Friday's truck race at Martinsville, finished 19th there. Connor Jones, though, however, the one that put him in the wall.
The offender.
Yeah, he was suspended for 1 race by NASCAR there. And he did later apologize for his actions. I guess the emotions had got the best of him there for that. Christopher Bell and, well, we already talked about that. About them.
Yeah.
It was awkward, though. After the race, they had cameras on both of them for the whole 20 minutes, and they're both kind of...
What? I
don't know. Did I get in? Did I not? Charlie Shaw bought Winchester Speedway in 1998 and is pleased to announce a new operations team for the 2025 racing season at the historic Half Mile. Steve Vore, owner of Vore's Welding and Steel, as well as the Vore's Compact Touring Series, along with Dan and Linda Redman, who operate the Vore's Compact Touring Series, will be promoting Winchester Speedway events in 2025. They will join Shaw's team, including office administrator Judy Bigelow and operations directors Tom Bigelow and Randy Christ.
A lot of racing names in there.
Yeah, a little bit. Ricky Thornton Jr. is scheduled to do double duty this weekend at the World Finals at the dirt track at Charlotte. He will defend his two World of Outlaws Case Construction Equipment late model victories and debut in a World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series.
Really?
Sprint car. Yeah. So that'll be interesting to see. Chris Hettinger, longtime and winning late model team owner from Dryden, Michigan, has purchased the assets of Brett Holmes Racing under its new name, Hettinger Racing. The organization will compete in the
25.
Yeah, I think so. It says 2024. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be 2025 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series schedule with the 2018 Truck Series champion Brett Moffitt driving. The 2025 Kubota High Limit Racing schedule was released on Monday. There's 61 events planned at 36 tracks across 20 different states. The midweek Money Series will be at Fremont Speedway on a Wednesday night. You see that?
In May.
In May 14th to be exact. They'll also compete at Eldora 4 times, July 16th and 17th as part of the Kings Royal, and September 19th and 20th, part of the Four Crown Nationals.
By the way, that Fremont race is exactly a week before my birthday, so plan accordingly.
What, am I supposed to buy you tickets for that or something?
What? Whatever.
I'll talk to Rich, see if we can get a press pass for you or something. The World of Outlaws Case Construction Equipment Late Model Series also has released their 2025 schedule. They did that just yesterday, as a matter of fact. It will include 57 events at 32 tracks in 16 states. The series will compete at Atomic Speedway on Wednesday. Nope,
Yeah, whatever.
On April 4th and 5th, I'm sorry. They'll be at Atomic on April 4th and 5th. Raceway 7 in Conneaut, Ohio on May 15th. Is that that's the same day as... nope, that's the day after the Fremont race.
Right.
That's pretty cool. Conneaut, Ohio, Raceway 7 there May 15th. Sharon Speedway July 11th and 12th. And finally, Nick Hoffman and Ty Torg Racing will return for their third full season with the World of Outlaws Case Construction Equipment Late Models in 2025 after a pretty good 2024 season for those guys. And if you missed our episode with them, I think it was back in March we had them both on. That was a fun show.
It was a great show.
Recommend checking that out. We had car owner and driver on at the same time.
And they're still together.
They are. It's amazing. We did have a Hammer Down hotline text that came in, yeah. I'm going to save it for the end of the show, though, because it deals with this show. It's a question is about tonight's show.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll get to that in a little bit. In the meantime, it is time to give away some pizza. So how about we do that?
How many?
I was going to say last week's how many, but it was actually 2 weeks ago. Our last show's how many question was how many late models are going to be at Montpelier Motor Speedway on Saturday. And
that was Saturday 2 weeks ago.
Yes. Do you know the answer?
It was low 30s. I know that.
John Young says Childress is still planning on appealing that decision there. 32 was the correct answer. That was the number of late models in competition Saturday night, Montpelier Motor Speedway, a week ago Saturday. I picked 27, you picked 28, so you were closest, and you'll never guess who our listener winner was.
The guy right there.
If you're able to take all the viewers and put them, that would be a Dave, producer Dave thing. Take all the viewers watching the show tonight, put them on a giveaway. He can do that. It would just take him a little bit of work. You want to do that, Dave? Give me a thumbs up if you. No, he gets a thumbs down.
Not a chance.
Maybe after we do this drawing, maybe we can talk him into it. Or after we do the sticker giveaway, I should say, which we'll do here momentarily. But our winner was Terry Goad. He picked 32. So congratulations, Terry.
Maybe we can take the hashtag DCR, take their name off of the wheel.
Or we could just have another hashtag and add to it.
Yeah.
Why? What do you got in mind there, Terry Goad? Who is also the winner of this week's Mazda Pizza? He gets one large, one item.
I'll tell you what, if you want a free pizza, hashtag TG, Terry Goad, TG.
Is that what we're giving away?
Yep.
Are you sure? He didn't say what we're giving away. He just said
that he knew what we were giving away.
Do hashtag TG and we'll figure out what we're giving away here. And
it's Terry Goad's Pizza that we're giving away.
Sorry, Dave. But we'll do that after the DCR. I think we're bothering him from watching the Charlotte stuff. So congratulations, Terry Goad, winner of this week's Mazda's large one-item pizza. And, of course, Mazda is a sponsor of Goad Racing. So I'm thinking he probably could get it. Like Nancy's already in there with hashtag TG.
Again, if you want that free pizza that Terry Goad normally sponsors, he just won it.
We're giving away his pizza?
That's what he said.
When did he say that?
I read between the lines.
Okay.
Hashtag TG.
All right. Well, we'll get to that. You don't have to start compiling that yet, Dave, but in a little bit we'll do that. This week's How Many? A chance to win a Mazda's large one-item pizza. How many of the Cup Series Championship 4 will finish on the lead lap? So let me give you an example. 5 is not going to be a correct answer. Let me ask it again. I forgot to type this in too, so you listen close. How many of the Cup Series Championship 4, the 4 drivers in the championship, how many of those 4 will finish on the lead lap? So basically your answer should be 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, those you're already lost. You're throwing your vote away, or your guess away. I guess it's not really a vote. So, Ron, you get to go first. How many of the Championship 4 in the Cup Series race at Phoenix this weekend?
Oh, that's going to be all 4.
You think all 4?
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think you're wrong, actually. Then I'm going to have to go with 3.
3, of course you are.
Well, you picked 4. Put your guess in the comments of the Facebook Live or the YouTube Live, and we'll find out who wins next week.
That's going to be a really big wheel.
We're probably going to be spinning the wheel for that, too, because we'll have to break a tie here. So far, Chris Schoenauer is the only one that said 1. So, I mean, maybe if it's to the 1, he's got it. But you can only guess once. If you change your guess, you will be black flagged. You have until, we'll say, green flag
Sunday
time.
at noon.
It starts at 3. We'll give him until 3. Give him 3 extra hours.
Yeah, okay.
You have until this Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern time to get your guess in. So if you're listening to us on the audio podcast, you can find our Facebook Live video or the YouTube video, whatever is easiest for you, and just put your guess in the comments. As long as you do it before 3 o'clock on Sunday, you are entered.
Cool.
And you can only do it on one of the platforms. We did close that loophole. You got to mention that rule again. If you vote on YouTube, you can't go and vote on Facebook as well. Not vote, guess on Facebook as well. Because then you're going to get black flagged for double dipping.
Yep.
And also, new rule, we can make up any rule we want as we go.
It's our show. We can do what we darn well please.
There you go. So we'll draw for that DCR graphic Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker here momentarily. Before we do that, we will tell you what's on the Mazda's Pizza racing menu for this weekend.
This weekend's racing menu.
I got to move my cheat sheet over, so
I see.
I'll move it over here. I'm getting new glasses, so my regular glasses with my current prescription, I had to give that to my eye doctor. So I'm using my old. I got my old glasses on now, so yeah, they're not as clear. It's a little harder reading my own writing there. This weekend, World of Outlaws World Finals featuring the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series, the World of Outlaws Case Construction and Equipment Late Models, and the Dirt Car Big Block Modifieds. That's going on tonight through Saturday at the dirt track at Charlotte. Also this weekend, as we mentioned, NASCAR wrapping up their season. Craftsman Truck Series will be running their championship race, Phoenix, on Friday night. That'll be at 8 o'clock on FS1. Xfinity Series racing on Saturday at Phoenix. That'll be at 7:30 p.m. on the CW. And then the Cup Series finale, or Series Championship race at Phoenix, that'll be Sunday, as we mentioned, 3 o'clock, and that'll be on NBC.
Regular network TV.
At least for the Xfinity Series
race.
And the Cup race, yeah. So, and that is my short Mazda's Pizza menu for the weekend. We don't really have a no weekend weather report.
No.
Pit stop, because there's nothing really going on.
Because it doesn't matter.
Here, yeah. Dave, are you ready to do our hashtag DCR wheel, or do we want to give everybody a minute if they haven't put in hashtag DCR yet? If you haven't, put it in the comments right now. If you already have, you're good. Actually, it's probably too late because Dave's got to bring that up, and we're going to spin the wheel to win a official Hammer Down Race Report window sticker, just like Ron's holding there. Courtesy of DCR Graphics. Again, you can buy those for $5 from DCR, and he'll mail them to you. Just get a hold of him, facebook.com/DCR Graphics. Hey, Dave, are you going to... Are you ready there, Dave?
Dave, wake up, Dave.
There we go. There it is. Go ahead and spin the wheel. That's tiny. I can't even see who's on there. Winner of this week, it looks like Dave Gumby Jr. Dave Gumby Jr.
Good job, Dave.
He is our winner of our Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker.
I'll take that one.
You'll take that one? All right. You don't see him very often, do you? What's today? 11/7. All right, here you go. I forgot to give you last week's winner. 30 days to pick that up, Mr. Gumby. I saw him at the car show thing at Whiteford Park a couple weeks ago. I guess that was about a month ago now, wasn't it?
Fall Festival?
Damn, yeah. So are we giving away the another pizza here? That's fine. I was going to do a Ron Miller gift card, but we can do... See, he was going to do a Ron Miller gift card.
It's okay. I got the advertising, and he's giving away the pizza.
Okay. We're going to give away Terry Goat's Pizza. So have you started a new wheel there, Dave? Thumbs up. No, he hasn't done it. Will you, or am I going to have to do this? Thumbs up if you will, or thumbs down if I have to do it.
It's you, Scott.
Oh, he's killing me. All right, so we had
must be a good race.
I guess so. So hashtag TG, but I can't see all the names here. I see a few of them, so I'll do the ones I can see. Where's my? Oh, it's been so long since I've been to the
pizza wheel.
The pizza wheel here. That we got Perry Cox. I saw him there. Who else we got? Yeah, see, this was your idea. I just want to point out. So we got Skylar Hovis, Brian Hammer. Skylar Hovis, Brian. Oops.
Hit the enter button there. There you go. Good job.
All right, what else we got? James David's in there. Kevin Light. Kevin Light. This is exciting and riveting. Nancy Schoenauer. I think she was the first one, wasn't she? Nancy.
Just put in Nancy.
All right, good enough. All right, was there any more that have come in since we've been typing? No more hashtag TGs. So, okay, we'll give you as long as it takes me to read the end credits of our show here to be added to the drawing here for that free pizza. Courtesy of Terry Goat, courtesy of Maz's Pizza. Perry Cox, Skylar Hovis, Brian Hammer, James David, Kevin Light, Nancy Schoenauer. You are in the running. If anybody else wants to be hashtag TG for Terry Goat.
TG, Terry Goat.
In the meantime, I want to thank our producer, Dave Kemper, contributors, John Young, Dean Henry, Bob Stazak. Make sure to like us on Facebook. Follow us on X at Hammer Report. Follow us on YouTube. You can even find us on Twitch now. You can also listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Check us out at hammerdownracingreport.com. And also, don't forget to go to ToledoCityPaper.com as soon as we sign off here, and click on the Best of Toledo, click on the media category, and then scroll on down to the Best Local Podcast. And if you would vote for the Hammer Down Racing Report, we'd appreciate it. Yeah. And we appreciate being nominated. It's pretty cool. It's an honor. There's Hovis Racing, John Young. Okay, we got a couple more here. You have until I'm done typing in these three names. Hovis Racing. And I'm doing a terrible job. Job Young. And who else was there? Josh Schoenauer. I guess we're going with that. Whoops. John Young and Josh.
Enter. You got it.
I kept forgetting to hit enter. All right. Who is John? So did I miss anybody? Are we good?
Go for it.
Brian, Skyler, James, Kevin Light, Chris Schoenauer. I didn't put Chris on there, did I? I didn't. Wouldn't want to short anybody. Chris, Nancy, okay. Whoa, wait, there is more up here. Chris Rutan. Son of a gun! I thought I had them all.
I thought you had Chris Rutan on there.
Did I? I don't think so. No, I did not type his name. Chris Rutan. And we're going to edit this part out of the the audio podcast. There's Dusty Raker. John Young. Oh, yeah, there's John again. I missed him the first time. Sorry about that. All right, I think I got everybody on there. Sweet, but not sorry. Yeah. Thanks, Terry. All right, here we go. That's all the names. We're done. Everybody's going to. Whoops, I don't know what I just did there. Oh, I stopped my video. I hit the wrong button. Screen. Here we go. Hide that. For Mazza's one-topping pizza, large one-topping pizza, thanks to Terry Goad, thanks to Mazza's Pizza. Here we go. Their pizza's phenomenal, by the way.
Would have been a lot easier just to give it to Terry.
Yes. Looks like Dusty Raker is going to be the winner there. Congratulations, Dusty Raker Bishop, whose name I shorted. Dusty Raker Bishop. So we will. You will have 30 days to claim your pizza from Mazza's Pizza over there in Point Place, and as I mentioned, wonderful pizza. I highly recommend the cheese bread.
Oh yeah,
to get with it. I mean, you're getting free pizza. You can just get the cheese bread. It's not going to break you. So there you go. You have 30 days again, and thanks Terry, and thanks Mazza's for hooking us up. So let's get the hell out of here.
No. We've still got the hotline to do.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. You're right. The hotline, yes. And it was about you, too.
Oh, no.
Well, I can answer the question. There was, so it was a text. The text was, will Ron make it through tonight's show without any type of political commentary?
And
the answer is yes.
He did.
That's crazy. I can't believe it. But so there you go. There's the answer to the question. That's why I kept it to the end, and I didn't tell you what it was to begin with. So there was no cheating. You did that all on your own. I had nothing to do with it. Thanks to our sponsors: DCR Graphics, Dominator Race Products, Oakshade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, Freeze Frame Photos, Dittman Motorsports, Magic Moment Entertainment, and Victory Fuel. Thanks to our guests, Cap Henry, Kyle Moore. Next week, we'll be speaking with Lorraine Raceway Park and Lima Land champions. We got Will Uravac, Tony Anderson, and Todd Sherman will be joining us on next week's show. A couple of familiar names and one we haven't had on there,
right?
In Will. So looking forward to that. That's next Thursday, 7:00. We'll see you then, and I guess enjoy whatever you're doing this weekend.
Watch it on TV.
Yeah, enjoy watching things on TV.
Go
Unless
Lions.
You're like Cap, who's down in Charlotte.
Yeah, go Lions.
Yeah. I don't even have anything. Go Red Wings, we'll go with.
Yeah, okay.
I'm done with football. My team's done. They can move to Brook
They're
Park.
not
I don't
done.
Even care. They're ridiculous.
Yes,
They're
they
embarrassing.
are.
Right. See you next
you
Thursday.
You can come over to the other side if you want, Scott.
Well, you got Zadary? You got one of our guys, one of our defensive guys, to replace your broken guy.
Yeah.
So I made.
There you go. Now you've got.
Jamie likes the Lions, so I do watch.
Now you've got a connection with the Lions, so you got.
I've been indifferent about the Lions. Now I'd be like, all right.
There you go.
I do like. I got to be careful saying his name, Anzalone, because that's not what I call him. You know.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Good night, folks.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify or your favorite podcasting platform.